Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones sets the record straight on CeeDee Lamb contract talks. The Dallas Cowboys are hard at work preparing for the 2024 NFL season. However, they are doing so without one of their best players, All-Pro wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. After leading Dallas with 135 receptions for 1,749 yards and 12 touchdowns a season ago, the three-time Pro Bowler wants a new contract extension. And he will not report to training camp until he gets it. For weeks, the Cowboys and Lamb have been negotiating a contract extension to keep the star wide receiver in Dallas for the foreseeable future. The problem, though, is that the two sides are still far apart on a deal. It was recently reported that Lamb turned down a contract that would have paid him $33 million a year. It appears that he really is shooting for $35 million annually, like the Minnesota Vikings gave Justin Jefferson earlier this year. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones made waves by saying extending CeeDee Lamb is not urgent. A little over a week ago, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was asked if he felt any sense of urgency to get a deal done with Lamb. His reply was a simple, no. Needless to say, fans, as well as Lamb himself, were not happy with Jones' perceived indifference regarding the ongoing contract negotiations. A few days later, Jones tried to walk back his answer by saying, "I think I got in trouble the other day when I said we weren't urgent about CeeDee. Nobody wants CeeDee on the field more than I do." He later said, "Now I understand completely the angst that's happening when you're anxious about, and someone says anything about whether you're missed or not, well CeeDee you are missed. But you're not missed out here competing and it doesn't put any pressure on us." Many did not feel like Jones' clarification made the situation any better. Still, the feeling around the league is that the two sides will eventually come to an agreement. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones makes new statement on CeeDee Lamb contract talks. On Tuesday, Jones was asked once again about the ongoing talks with Lamb. He chose his words a little more carefully this time around, saying, via John Machota, "I think I am optimistic. And when I say that, it doesn't sound too promising. The facts are that I believe we'll come together. I don't want to speak for him. That's what I'm trying not to do. But we wouldn't have offered him what we've offered him if we didn't want him to be here." The offer Jones is referring to is the aforementioned one that would have paid Lamb $33 million. While there is not really a major update in the talks, fans can rest assured that the organization is taking negotiations seriously and are motivated to get a contract done. Cowboys issue statement following fire at team hotel. The emergency was contained to one room that was empty at the time, and there were no injuries. The Dallas Cowboys have issued a statement about an emergency situation that occurred at their team hotel. A fire occurred in the Oxnard, California hotel where the team is staying for training camp. On Tuesday night, the team issued a statement providing some detail on the matter and reporting that thankfully, there were no injuries. There was a fire emergency in one of the guest rooms this afternoon at the team's hotel in Oxnard, California, the statement read. The emergency was contained to one room that was empty at the time, and there were no injuries. The Dallas Cowboys thank the Oxnard Fire Department and Oxnard Police Department for their quick response and reaction to the situation. Statement from the Dallas Cowboys. There was a fire emergency in one of the guest rooms this afternoon at the team's hotel in Oxnard, California. The emergency was contained to one room that was empty at the time, and there were no injuries. The Dallas Cowboys thank the Oxnard Fire. The Cowboys will host the Los Angeles Chargers on Saturday in the final preseason game for both teams. Dallas will get its regular season going on Sunday, September 8th on the road against the Cleveland Browns. Watson missed 8 games and battled soft tissue issues for the majority of the season. Injuries are one thing, but for a player who relies on threatening defenses vertically, the lingering effects can be just as detrimental. the temptation to play Watson when active is there, but when at less than 100%, he's more risk than reward. After a sparkling rookie season, Watson experienced levels of regression that we expected when he was on the field in 2023. 2022, plus 33.4% production over expectation. 2023, plus 2.7% production over expectation. Watson's yards per route run last season declined by 31% from 2022. That's a red flag for me. He was able to thrive in the Aaron Rodgers version of Green Bay's offense, but as Jordan Love's star began to shine, it was Jayden Reed positioning himself as the alpha receiver. Of course, that's only a one-season sample, and I'm not positive that Watson was ever really right. The fact that the Packers ranked 10th in pass rate over expectation last season tells me that they are all in on the Love experience. They rank 19th in Rodgers' final season, a style of play calling that can return multiple fantasy assets at the WR position. I think we can expect better health from Watson in 2024 than last season, though I'm not sure we get the type of consistent production that we want. He's yet to prove himself as a strong target earner, instead relying on scores to drive his fantasy value. Green Bay Packers, wild Christian Watson trade proposal turns heads. The X, formerly Twitter, account of sportsbook FanDuel recently grabbed attention when it posted a trade proposal that would land the Green Bay Packers' disgruntled Dallas Cowboys downfield weapon CeeDee Lamb in exchange for a package of picks plus wide receiver Christian Watson. Lamb and the Cowboys are not seeing eye to eye when it comes to a possible new contract. The former Oklahoma Sooners star had his 2024 club option worth $17.99 million picked up by the Cowboys, but he is also seeking a much bigger extension deal. Dallas has not given it to him yet, hence his continued holdout. Christian Watson, Green Bay Packers. December 3, 2023, Green Bay, Wisconsin, USA. Green Bay Packers wide receiver Christian Watson, 9, reaches for his right leg while carrying the football during the fourth quarter against the Kansas City Chiefs at Lambeau Field. Mandatory credit, Jeff Hanish, USA Today Sports. That situation has led to plenty of trade rumors and speculations. For the Packers, landing someone like Lamb would be huge for their offense, but Watson isn't too shabby either of a receiver for Green Bay. Although he missed plenty of games last season due to injuries, he's still someone with lots of potential, not to mention a relatively cheap option at wide receiver. He will earn just $1.545 million in 2024 and $1.965 million in 2025. Green Bay Packers wide receiver Christian Watson, 9, catches a pass during the 7th practice of training camp on Tuesday, July 30, 2024, at Ray Nitschke Field in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. Everybody in this whole world would say no. Packers let go of Davante Adams, and CeeDee is no Davante Adams. Also, Packers would never part with their draft picks for anything. You can put all the Cowboys wide receivers in there and Packers wouldn't part with their future draft picks.